Today's video is going to be all about shipping policies. How to use them, why you need them, how to create one. This is very necessary and it's very easy to do, and once we get into it, it'll be easier to understand what they are and how they work. So once you log into your eBay account, you want to go to account settings here. If you can't get to this screen, just click on the eBay logo here. Click on your name up here and then account settings. There's two ways to create a shipping policy. I'm showing you one way right here, and later in a few minutes I'll show you the second way, which is easier than this way, but I want you to know both. So once we go into account settings, you want to select seller dashboard here. Then you want to go to preferences. And then you want to click on business policies. Business policies is the umbrella term for your three policies that you're going to be creating. You're going to have a payment policy. You can have as many as you want. You're going to have a return policy, and those can be different for every listing. Same with shipping. You're going to have shipping policies. So 3 different policies. This video is just going to be all about shipping. Keep it simple. So for my account, this is my general store account. So for this particular account, these are all my business policies that you see here. As you can see, the top one is payment, another one is return, and then multiple shipping policies. Now I created these manually over time, not at once. As I needed them, I created them. Here's one for U.S. mail, priority mail, and it's calculated, and we'll go over all that, what that means here in a few minutes. So because we're only working with shipping policies, I'll show you how to create one from this screen here. You go to create policy, then you select shipping. What's going on here? Let's try this again. Okay, here we go. So let's say you want a particular shipping policy. Let's say you have an item that's fairly heavy, kind of big, and you find out that FedEx is the cheapest way to ship it. So you can title this whatever you want. I title it so that it's pretty descriptive, so I know exactly what it is. So it's FedEx, and I want to ship it ground. So I'll type in ground, and let's say I want this one to be free shipping. Put free shipping on here. Policy description, I just leave that alone. I don't really need it. You can set this policy as your default if you want. If you use it most of the time, you can set it as default, so when you create your listing, it will automatically be selected for you, but there's no reason for that now. This note here, offering same-day or one-day handling time helps your listings qualify for top-rated seller benefits. So you want to make sure you want to select at least 1 day handling time. Almost all my listings are at least 1 business day for handling. Okay, so here, because we want free shipping is considered a flat rate. So we would select flat, same cost, all wires. And services here in this drop-down menu, this is where we select our shipping service. So we go here until we find our service, which is here, FedEx Ground or FedEx Home Delivery, it's both the same thing. Ground and home delivery are both the same thing. So we select that, and because it's free shipping, we just click this button here, free shipping. Actually, let's go up here. I want to rename this, put this test here so I know that it's just a test, so I can delete it later. Add surcharge, you don't really need to do that. Like I said, 1 business day, you want to make sure you do that. And if you select this, you have to make sure that once you receive payment from your buyer, you pack it and ship it within 1 business day. International shipping. Sell globally, ship domestically using the global shipping program. Now the GSP, what that is, how it works, is instead of you sending a package internationally and have to worry about all the international forms and that worrying about all that paperwork, what you do is you ship to a warehouse, an eBay warehouse, which is in Kentucky, I believe, and they take care of all the paperwork. And from there, they'll ship it to your international customer. If somebody ordered it from Europe, your item from Europe, you send it to Kentucky, and then eBay will take care of the rest. You're not charged any international fees or anything. You just pay for the shipping to Kentucky. That's it. eBay will take care of the rest of it. eBay will automatically charge the customer the rest of the shipping fee. You don't have to worry about any of it. So I always leave this selected in case somebody wants to buy it who lives in another country, and that includes Canada and Mexico. It's you don't even have to worry about it, because once you have this selected and somebody buys it who's from out of the country, the shipping will automatically be set to go to that eBay warehouse in Kentucky. Alternative international shipping, you don't have to worry about that. Shipping tables, don't worry about that. Now here, when you create a new shipping policy, this will always exclude Alaska, Hawaii, military installations, P.O. boxes. I always change it. I edit the exclusion list, and I deselect Alaska and Hawaii, because FedEx and USPS and UPS, they don't charge anything extra to go to Hawaii or Alaska. If they do, the customer will pay for it, but they don't. So I deselect Alaska, which means I will allow shipping to Alaska and Hawaii. Then I click apply, and as you see, Alaska and Hawaii are not on the exclude list, and that's what I want. So then I click save. Now you're done with that specific shipping policy. So let's go to a listing. See if we can get a sample listing here. Go to create listing, single listing. I'm just starting a sample listing here just so we can go through this real quick. So here's where you add your title. That's beyond the scope of this video, so we won't go into that. Your categories, all of your details, condition of the item, upload your photos, your brand, all the details of the item, size, color, model number, all that stuff. Now all the stuff that you see here, this is one of my default templates, so this is preloaded in one of my templates. Fixed price, almost always I use fixed price. I almost always start listings immediately once I publish it. Put your price here. Normally I leave this checked, best offer. So if you know the price seems a little too high for somebody, I'm more than willing to knock off 20-30% depending on the item. Quantity, if you have more than one, then you would put that here. All these I leave unchecked. I don't worry about the sales tax. Now here are the business policies. And right in the middle is our shipping policy. See, by default, I have USPS priority mail calculated. Normally, that's what I use, so that's why it's default. But let's say we want to use FedEx Ground with free shipping for this particular item. So I'll go to this drop-down menu and look for that shipping policy that we just created. Now, all these policies that you see here, I created manually over time. So here it is here. FedEx Ground free shipping. And that's it. So once you select a shipping policy that's flat rate, that's not calculated, then none of this package weight and dimensions matter. It doesn't matter, the dimensions that you put in here or the weight of anything. That doesn't matter because you're charging free shipping. So the customer will not be charged any shipping for this item. If I had something like calculated, USPS priority mail calculated, then eBay will use these dimensions and this weight that I enter to calculate to the customer, wherever that person is, the true shipping amount. So I live in California, so if somebody from California orders the item, that customer is going to see a different shipping, a cheaper shipping than if somebody were to view that listing who lives in New York, because that's all the way across the country. So eBay does that automatically with calculated shipping. See, here's where I'm located, Modesto, California. And once you've done all your listing, you're done with all that shipping stuff, and you've selected your payment. This is my default PayPal immediate pay, which means when somebody purchases an item that I have listed, they have to pay immediately. Like I don't give them a certain amount of time. It's pay now, and then once their credit card is charged, it goes directly into my PayPal account. That's what that means. And then of course my return policy, which is 30-day free return. Well, usually that's what it is, but this one says buyer pays. But normally I have 30-day free return, which means whoever bought it has 30 days to return the item, and I pay to return shipping. That's just the way that I do business, and it makes the customer feel more comfortable when they purchase one of my items. Then once you're done, you list item, and then you're done. Now the second way to create a shipping policy is right from this listing right here. You can edit this specific one that's selected by edit shipping costs for this listing only. Now I've done this many times and for many reasons, but just as an example, I'll click this. And what happens is it takes this particular listing, this particular shipping policy on this listing only, and changes it if I want to. But it's calculated, so I'm not able to change it. Select something different here. Let's see, first class. See here, this is the default payment policy for this particular shipping policy. I charge $3.85 for this particular shipping policy. Now I can change it to free shipping if I want to for this particular listing only. It doesn't change the original shipping policy, just the one on this listing, if I wanted to, but there's no need for that. Now if I want to create a completely new one to add to that long list that I have, then I'll just go to create. And now you see it has the whole editor or shipping policy creator that we saw earlier. And you just go through the same thing. You name your policy, describe it how you want to. Let's say UPS ground calculated. That's normally what I would put. Then I go to flat or calculated. Select that service, which is UPS ground right here. Always one business day. Try to at least. I don't put any handling costs. There's no need for that really. Doesn't cost me to ship, to package anything, so I don't put any fees for that. The global shipping program is checked. And remember to always take Alaska and Hawaii off the exclusion list. Remember, that means whatever is on this list, your customer won't be able to buy this item. So if this is on the list, Alaska and Hawaii are on the list, people who live in Alaska and Hawaii won't be able to buy it because you have selected to not ship to those locations. So you want to take off Alaska and Hawaii. Uncheck it. And then save and close. And there's your new shipping policy. But we're not going to do that. Let's see if there's anything else you need to know. So for instance, I ship a lot of shoes. So I ship them UPS priority mail, calculated. Which means I want eBay to calculate the shipping, the true shipping amount for a specific customer. And the size of the box that I use is 15 by 7 by 5. And normally, shoes are between 2 and 3 pounds. So I'll go here and select 2 to 3 pounds. So I save the listing, publish it. When somebody goes to buy it, eBay calculates everything. Takes into account the size of the box and the weight of the box. So the customer pays the price of the item plus shipping. Let's say the shipping is $8 or $8.95 for the specific destination of where the item's going. So I get all that money. I get the price of the item plus the shipping. So when I go to actually ship that specific item, it's going to cost me $8.95. So the customer doesn't lose money on shipping, and I don't lose money on shipping. So if there are any questions, please leave them in the comments, or please feel free to email or send a direct message through the contact page.